The lesson.
Oh yeah.
I guess in terms of where you think hip hop will be 10 years from now in Australia.
I think that one of the problems that we have had in Australia is it feels like we're 10 years behind. But I think that the gap's closing, mainly due to the internet and social media and the whole age that we live in. I think the gap's closing. Like, it was 10 years for a while, you know, just because of how it is. But now, like, you know, you've got 1-4. They are, like, their numbers are, like, bigger than most artists that do drill in the UK. And that's where it started. So, like, we're proper catching up. And so I think in 10 years, like, who knows? But I do think that we'll be making stuff that is a first in a lot of places. Like, obviously there's Australian artists and bands that have made firsts. Like, but in terms of hip hop, I think that we'll be doing a lot of firsts, and we could potentially be having a lot more artists that just like blow up worldwide and put Australia on the map. I think that's what's going to be happening.
If you had to pick one act, you know, group, solo, whatever, who you think will break the US market, who would you put your money on at the moment?
In hip hop?
In hip hop.
I think it would have to be like, I would say HP Boys, but I think they just resonate so hard with Australians. I don't know. I think it's a lot of Australia and the UK, but I also think that a lot of stuff that Heft is doing is really crazy as well, with like having like a bunch of rap at the start of a track and then just dropping into like dubstep and EDM is just crazy.
What's that crazy joint that he's got?
No Effect.
Yeah, man. When I first heard
do it
that,
all day.
I was like,
bro, that you'll get requests for that in the club.
Yeah,
100%.
I was like, wow, this is some different. And by the third time I played it, I was just like, yeah, this is dope. This is catchy as
long
fuck.
as an artist can portray, because there's so much stuff in all of those tracks, like 1-4, HP Boys, Hefts, all this drill shit, that people from not Australia just won't get it. Like, they won't, like, a lot of them wouldn't even get, like, the Islander vibe. Like, they wouldn't even know what that is. They wouldn't even know what, like, someone from Fiji or, like, Tonga or Samoa or Solomon Islands even looks like. Do you know what I mean? Or, like, New Zealand. Like, they won't get it, but, like, we get it because we, like, grew up around that and, like, went to school with, like, you know what I mean? So
it may not cross over.
But it does. It is. So, yeah, I think, like, 1-4... HP Boys, Hefts, like, they're all doing bits and they're connecting overseas in terms of hip hop, definitely. Obviously Leroy has already kind of done that, but like he's got a long way to go and he's still young, but like hectic.
The lesson.
Oh yeah.